Hi guys, Miss Jamie here, and I'm back with episode 2 of adult card making. So in the last episode, we actually made these 3 cards. So we have our fall section over here, and we even did a fun fold. How much did you like that, you guys? So if you haven't seen that episode, please go back to that episode and put your cards together because I want to see them. So in episode 2, we need the same supplies: liquid glue, glue stick, washi tape, pen, pencil. These are glue dots. We might use them in this section. Scotch tape, scissors, and that random piece of paper you got in your bag that you're going, what is that for? And you're like, what does she have in mind? Well, on these sets of cards, actually, we are going to use some of this paper. That is if you want to. In these classes, anything can go. You guys can do it the way I'm doing it and or the way you guys want to do it. And most of these cards have choices of things for you to choose to make it personally yours. I love card making, and I want to thank you for joining me again on episode 2. So let's get started. Okay, so again, you're going to look for the envelope that is white with the music notes sticking out of it. So, here's your pieces. You've got the twine again, and you've got, this one is actually going to be a birthday card, and I put the sentiment that because you're too nice to forget, happy birthday. I thought that was pretty cute. You're going to have your music note paper. You're going to have your black cardstock and an extra white piece of paper. So, okay. So let's start with this. Okay, this is actually a donation from Nancy, and it's just absolutely wonderful paper. It's actually from an old piano book, and I just absolutely love it. So I cut it out, and there's 2 sides. So you can pick whatever side you want to do to have on, your front of, this is like the face of your card, but it's actually going to be layered up. So, but it's, let me tell you, so it's got these edges, they're just beautiful. It's got tears in it from the age. It's just, I don't know, something about it, you guys. I just love it. So take a minute to feel it and see if you guys like it too. Okay. So push all my stuff up here, and I'm actually going to pick this side because I just like all the music notes and stuff. So I'm going to use a glue stick because, again, this one is fragile. I like the worn look that it gives, but I still don't want to tear it all apart, right? Just some tears to make it look really cool. Okay, now we're gonna lean over again and remember what the glue stick does. It gives us a give, and we try to make sure that we are getting the corners right, pushing those corners down, making sure that it's adhered right. Okay, so then our next thing is going to be our twine. Okay, so again with the twine, I know I like twine, and you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, another twine card. So get back out your tape. Let me see if I can do this with the washi. This one is just giving me problems. I'm trying to use it. Okay. Not sure why it's giving me... Goodness gracious. Okay, here we go. I got kind of a big piece. I didn't mean to get that big of a piece, but that's okay. And again, you guys are going to pick which side. So one of the sides has an, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's like an indentation. So what it means is I put it down and I cut it that way. So some people actually like this indentation that the cut leaves on that side. I actually really like it. And then other people like the flat look where there's no indentions. So I'm going to go with the indention side because I like it. Okay, so then you're going to do the same thing as you did before, right? You're going to start your twine. I'm going to add this big piece of tape. Seriously, you don't need that big of a tape, but I'm just going to use it. I'm going to go with it. Okay. Then this one, actually, I have designed to where, I know, 1, 2, 3. I just really like the look of the 3. What do you guys think? Okay. Now, can I do this? And I got an appropriate amount of washi tape. And I'm going to fasten that down. Okay, and that's what that piece is going to look like. Okay, now I'm going to put my washi tape to the side. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to stack levels. Okay, so here again is the next level, and it has the indentions of where I cut it. So of course I'm going to pick that side because I like that side. I just like the look of that. I don't know, call me crazy. It's totally up to you guys which side you pick because it's both black, right? Okay, so you're going to lean in and you're going to get it as well as you can, and then push down again, right? Make sure we adhered those corners and the middle. And so again, my piano paper is showing the black card, right? And then my other layer is showing the piano paper, right? You get the theme? Okay. So next, I'm going to show you, so this is actually going to go right here, okay? So this is kind of bumpy, and I didn't do it on the other cards. So you may have gotten an extra piece of black, or you may just use your random piece of paper, okay? So here's where your pencil comes in, and you just kind of eyeball it. And you're going to cut a piece of paper. And I know this sounds crazy, but it really helps, especially if you guys want to send this through the mail. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to actually glue this to the bottom of this so that it's not as bumpy, so it has something that it's kind of filling in the things. So I'm going to actually shorten it a little because I don't want it hanging too far over. Okay, so like this. Okay, now here's where it's going to help you. You're going to split this in half. Okay, and let's see if I got it right. 1/2 is going to go on this side and 1/2 is going to go on this side, so it helps level out the string that you have. So it's actually not small enough for me because I really don't want the paper to show. Now if you got the extra black piece, you guys could use that. I'm actually going to use the dotted side. And if you didn't, then you definitely have your random piece. Okay, So then you put this down, and time for the next piece. Let's see if that's good. I'm going to trim it just a little so it doesn't hang. Definitely don't want this hanging off the side, right? Whoever gets this special birthday card. It's not going to want that peeking out, right? Okay, it's just me. I don't want that peeking out. I know. Okay, and then you push it down. Okay, just like you do your other layers. And what this does is it evens it out. And like I said, it just makes it easier to send it through the mail, because when you send stuff through the mail, there's rollers that push these envelopes. And sometimes when they have different layers, they bend them because they're not as secure, like they're not as level as what they could be. Okay, so, and then you have this, and you guys get to choose which side of this beautiful music paper. I just love this stuff. Can you tell? Okay, so this is another thing that I like to do. So this evened it out, and this technique actually, so you get little squares. This is actually going to give it definition. So you're going to stack them on top like that, right? I'll show you. So you're going to do that. Oops. And I'm actually going to add some more because I want it to pop up. Sometimes you would use dimensionals, but other times you just use your cardstock. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to stick with 2. Okay, and then I'm press it down. And I'm going to glue this side up really good. Right? Oops, it even stuck. So, and I'm going to try to get it as even as possible. You guys could go to the side, you could go crooked. You could add this to the inside of the card. Really, it's just all up to you. Okay, so it glued it. And what it did is, see, it gave it a little bit of dimension, so it kind of pops off the music page. At least I think it's cool when you raise it up like that. So now I'm going to glue this, but I'm going to use the liquid glue because it's heavier cardstock, and I think it needs a little more help, you know, securing it. And this is just stronger. It's probably the same stuff, just made differently, but this one just is stronger. So we're gonna do that. So it can go up or down depending on which one you want. I like the wide end down. So I'm gonna put that over there. And I'm so glad it's even. It just feels nice, and the glue can attach. So I just want you guys to know, I forgot my paper towel in this episode too, and I just saw some of my glue picking out. I know. I'm going to tell you one thing, but I'm going to do something else. That's me, right? Okay, so then this is actually going to go up here. So does anybody know what we're going to do now? Yep, we're going to add a piece of paper behind that to even it out with the blue paper, right? So that's definitely too long, right? Goodness gracious. So I'm gonna do it. Yep, that looks pretty good. So I'm actually, so this is got dimension to it, right? And then of course we added some, and then this has to lay up against it. So if it was going through those rollers in the mail, it might get actually pulled apart or smashed. Gets that weird indentation. Have you seen those cards where they have the weird indentation on something? And So, nope, my piece is a little bit too long. So before that dries, I didn't measure that very well, did I? Okay. So you want to make sure you get on the right side, right? You don't want your happy birthday thing to be upside down. So I'm actually going to use a glue stick and see how this goes. Because I think that the liquid glue that I have, the Elmer's glue, is going to make that bumpy, and I don't want it bumpy. So then I'm going to put it right there, and it feels good because it's like really nice and even. It's a nice trick. I like it because it just helps your cards out and stuff. So, and I like this one. It's like got a little dimension where it's popped out. Then last but not least, I'm gonna open your card. You're gonna grab this random piece. It's white paper. And some of them might have designs on them and some of them might not. But again, because it's black, unless you have like a jelly roll pen at home that's colored, you could use one of these, definitely. But if you want to have a white insert, I've provided it for you. So you just add it there. So I'm gonna definitely add the white. So I have somebody special in my life that has a birthday coming up soon, so this is like the perfect card. And of course, what do I say? Try to get it even as possible, right? Because even I don't get it even. Okay, and then there's actually your happy birthday card. Excuse me with the glue sticking out. I need my paper towel. That's okay though, right? Okay, so that was our first one. I hope you guys like that. I just absolutely love that music paper. Okay, here's our next one. This is actually a sympathy card, okay? Or it has choices, just in case. So you should have gotten a craft envelope, and inside would be these pieces, right? There's not a lot to this one. I wanted to keep it really simple. And play with the paper, and I'll show you how I do that, because you kind of saw it on the birthday paper, right? So we've got this beautiful like tree paper. I just saw that and I thought I want to use that for a card. So, and then we've got this piece right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you. So you can do it like this, or you can flip it where it's like this. Just kind of depends on what you think you want to show more. So, and then we've got this, and it says with heartfelt sympathy. I'm sorry, guys. And then this one, just a note to brighten your day. So, drastic changes, right? So, you could wait until you have a need for this card and then pick this and just stick it back in the envelope, and you could pick it the day you need it. Okay? So I actually really like this. Just something about this paper. I know I'm all about the paper, you guys, right? So here I am again, and I'm gonna pop this up because I just really like it. So I'm gonna rough estimate. Whoops, and I drew. Don't draw on your paper. Don't draw on your paper. Don't do what I just did. Okay? Flip it over and then do that. Goodness gracious. Okay. Then I'm gonna cut. And this time I'm flipping it over. I know. I learned to. I like to learn. Okay, and then I'm going to trim it a little bit because it's a little long, right? Okay. So I'm going to pop this up with this. Get quite a few pieces of extras there. So I'm gonna pop this up with this. I know, call me crazy, but I'm gonna actually make another layer. Okay, I know. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I really think that just like adding a couple of hidden layers of paper underneath something just really gives it dimension, and I really like dimension in my cards. I don't know if you guys can tell yet, right? Measure it again, snip, and then glue it on. And it'll be really nice and strong because it's layering the whole piece of that paper. So it'll definitely be strong when it goes through the mail, and it'll be secure. This is another one of those cards that's going to be really good to go through the mail and stuff. Of course, it's still perfect to hold it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it's definitely popped up now. Okay, and so now we're actually going to start gluing the card together. Okay, so you got like this beautiful ivory card base, and I like this like pastel color. And the way this design is, it can go either way, so don't worry. So I'm gonna actually put this one down first because it's actually gonna go under my blue tree layer. So I'm gonna do the best I can, right? I'm getting it even. You know me, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And then obviously the trees, you don't want upside down trees. So make sure you got the tree thing going the right direction. I'm going to use my glue stick. You could also use your liquid glue on this one because it's nice and thick from adding all those layers, right? And there it goes. Now remember, the glue stick's going to give you a little bit of give so that you can try to get it even. Even I need that. So what do you guys think so far? I think this is a really pretty, just simple card. So I can tell that it's lifted and popped and that it has some dimension. I hope that you guys can too. And then, so this, you can do this, and maybe you're thinking about somebody and you just want to send them a card and say hi. Or if maybe something happened and you need a sympathy card, so you could do that. And what I suggest, again, is using one of your scraps on the side. Make sure it's, trimmed up, because you don't want it showing. But so that when you lay it down, it'll be flush with the blue. And you know what? Because I added 2 to the blue, I'm going to have to add 2 to my pink right here. So I think that I am going to use just a note to brighten your day. I really like that. I just love this paper. Okay, so I need to attach the extra pieces of paper here. So I need to flip it like this, and whoops, runaway glue. And because I added 2 to the other one, to get it flush on the side, you have to add 2, right? Makes sense to me. Okay. And then you can really choose wherever you want to go. This is just made to be like a simple card. And you can put the note down here, right? You can pretty much put it anywhere you want. I'm actually going to put it slightly in the middle because I just think that's going to look good, right? I'm going to use my liquid glue because I need it to hold really good, right? Trying not to put it on the edges again because my glue keeps squirting out. And of course I forgot my paper towel. Okay. So you just want to make sure that the paper side that you added paper to is on the right side, right? And then softly, you can see it kind of moving around with my fingers, so I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, maybe I'm not going to leave it alone. I can't. Okay, so I'm going to give it a second, and I am going to let that dry a little bit. Try not to touch it, because that's just... So, I hope you guys like this simple card. I really love the paper. I know, I've said that on everything, but I really do. And so I hope that this note actually brightens somebody in your life's day. So this is the second card. Okay, so here we go. Here's our third card. Okay, so we've got this wonderful, wonderful paper, and I've stamped a bird on a piece of it. I think that's one of my favorite bird stamps. I don't really have that many bird stamps, but it's one of my favorite. I know. Okay, so you get a white card base with this one, a white. I don't know if I said white or white, but it's a white card base. So you're gonna look for one of these pieces of paper here, okay? So these are all like mix match, so you could have gotten this or this. You could have gotten flower, this, like this tile looking one. There's two different colors of this like beautiful purple. There's a lighter purple that some of you might have gotten. Okay. So, I know, I like everything, right? I really like this wood grain paper. So I'm actually going to use the wood grain paper, and I'm going to, well, I like them both. I'll stick with the wood grain. Okay, now look what I almost did. So I almost started, and I forgot to check which direction my card was going to open. See, even I do that. I've done that actually a few times. You would think I'd learn to check, right? Maybe I should start calling that fun fold, because that would trick people into opening the card the other way, right? Okay, so this one is actually designed to fill up the whole card base. So your card face is actually designed not to show any of that white card, okay? So this is thicker paper. You could get away with using liquid glue again. It's just like, I don't know if I explained this, but so some of these are like decorative paper, and then some of it is thicker decorative paper, and then there's something that I like a lot is cardstock, and it's really thick paper. It's just fun to work with. I just like working with paper, can you tell? Okay, so like I said, you're gonna try to get this to cover all of the edges. So this one, remember, it's not peeking out. I didn't design it that way. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy to the side because it matches, right? So I'm gonna use these guys. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, so in this one we have matting for the layers. This one is actually going to require some cutting, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually show you on this piece since I have an extra piece to use. So you get your scissors out, and we're actually going to make a banner. And you're just going to snip just a little cut right there, right? And some of you in class might actually remember learning how to do this already, because it was one of the techniques that I taught. And then, see the edge, I just clipped it to the second piece, and then I didn't do such a good job cutting that. Goodness gracious. Okay, and then you pull it, and then hopefully it turns it turns out right. So then that's what the banner looks like. Okay, so you're actually going to do it to this piece and this piece. Okay, so let's try it again. If you're worried and you have an extra piece that you want to practice with, go ahead and practice with it. So I would suggest, like, this is kind of dark for me to see, so I can see better on the white side. So I'm going to turn it over this time because I want to be able to see where I snipped. It's helpful if you can see where you snipped, right? A little bit more. And this is always awkward when I turn it to the side. I don't know why. Cut on that other side very well, but this side I get all twisted up. Does anybody else, does that happen to you? Okay, here's your banner, and then like I just rub the edge piece that was left there, because sometimes that just happens. It's actually I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but this paper has a white core, so it's actually the fibers of the paper poking out. Okay, so I'll show you how to put this one together. I'm going to glue my banner, okay, and then I'm actually going to attach my banner. You can leave a little border if you want. It's totally up to you. And then press it down again, of course, okay? So we're going to come back to that piece. We're not done. Now we're going to snip our big banner. Snip. I think I'm going to flip it over again. The wood is a little hard to see through. I'm sorry guys, I hope I'm being loud enough, because sometimes I get to thinking and then I talk lower than I should. So it's just me concentrating, I guess, right? So I also wanted to tell you, at any part of this video, what's nice about it being on YouTube is you can pause it and say you're having problems with this banner, like the instructor, and pause it and put it, you know, catch up. So that's what I like about it being on YouTube. I think that's actually a really nice feature, and it'll be here so that whenever you guys have time to put these cards together, you can do it. Okay, same thing with this one. You can leave a little tiny banner if you want. You don't have to. Lay it right here. Okay. Okay. Oops, I had a piece of my card right there. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what's next, but you're making another banner. Okay, so you're gonna take this and look at me. I didn't quite get it straight, but that's okay. I worked it out. Okay, so you're gonna take a snip again, right? Luckily this is a pretty good paper. I can kind of see the middle right there, so hopefully you guys can see it too. And we're gonna cut, and we are gonna cut. So you're gonna leave some of this like purpley blue still showing. I didn't get it cut all the way through. Silly me. Actually, like, kind of nerve-wracking to try to cut this banner in front of you guys. I know, right? I guess I know how YouTubers feel, right? When they are making, I watch a ton of card videos and they're always doing this stuff. So anyway, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Push that stuff to the side, and then of course I'm gonna make my other banner, and I want to leave room, right? So I want to have that purpley blue showing. That's so pretty. I love purpley blue because my actual favoriteest colors are purple and blue. So when they're mixed, it's super fun. And so do your best. Even look at me, I'm having a hard time, right? So so that's there. And guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna make another banner. Now this one's optional. If you actually just want to leave it like that, you could. I just like the way that that looks. So I'm gonna snip a little banner. Totally up to you, like I said. It's totally, you know, that's what's nice about some of these cards is each card has some sort of piece in it that you can choose to personalize it. And I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the class. I sure am. And I'm super lucky because we have Austin, who's the cameraman. Ah, I got one. There we go. Oh well, it's my last one, right? Okay, I'm going to take this, and this is probably dried enough. And so then, basically, you start layering. And it's got some fuzzies on the end. And I just kind of pick them off with my... actually, I'm going to... This is pretty heavy, so I'm going to actually use my liquid glue. So normally I would have put this on the card and like decided where I wanted things to go, but I happen to know where I want them to go. But this can go on either side, guys. This it's designed so that you can make some choices, and you can put them on different sides if you want, and that kind of thing. So I'm actually, whoops, grab the glue stick again, silly me. Okay, I forgot to remind you, but look over, because you want to end up at the top. And this is actually another good one that if you want to and you have extra paper, now it can be any kind of paper. It does not have to be what I included. It can be construction paper or something like that if that's what you have at home, to add that other layer. I didn't do it on mine, but you guys could do it on yours. And then here is this one, and I just happen to actually really like mine in the middle. My favorite bird, so I'm gonna showcase the favorite bird, right? And so I'm gonna add him to the top, and I'm gonna try to be even. And I'm going to push down. I'm going to hold it down because I use that liquid glue. And there's all those layers underneath, and I didn't prop him up on anything. But like I said, If you want to, you can. If you don't, it's not required. Okay, so this is my card. It doesn't have any words on it, so it could pretty much be whatever you want it to be. I just really liked the paper. I know I said it again, right? Is anybody counting how much I like the paper? It's probably a lot. So I just really like this paper. I thought it turned out pretty cute. So these are the 3 cards for this episode. So which one's your favorite? It's hard to choose for me, but dun, 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 I'm really liking the happy birthday. I think that's super cute. I definitely think all these cards are going to bring a smile to somebody. Snail mail is just absolutely wonderful, and when you hand make something, it's double wonderful, right? So I can't wait to see your guys' cards. Tell me which one's your favorite. Okay, thank you, and I will see you in episode 3.